Welcome to the second part of my Yun versus Chun breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at the 2017 Yun versus Chun matchup, which is Yakun, KO, Issei, Mester, and Hyacinth against Takami, Shirokuro, Zan, Chaken, and Fugi. Most of those Chun-Lis are from Kyushu and Okinawa, if I remember correctly. And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, which is my full breakdown for the Yun versus Chun matchup after investigating this week and my past experiences. So we're going to go over Yun against Chun in the corner, when Yun is cornered, and then we're going to go over when and how to jump against Chun, spacing against Chun, which also goes right into when and how to jump against Chun, how to build meter effectively, simple set play using Zempo tension, basic knockdowns, etc. How to better use those setups to get proper screen position for better set play options, post knockdown options in the corner, and how to approach a Chun-Li that is cornered, and then the differences against Chun-Li during Ganejin, some basic combos, um, some more advanced things, and then to end the stream, I'll be breaking down the Yun versus Chuns from 2018 pre-Cooperation Cup. So, let's get started. So this is, I believe, Issei first, and I don't know who the Chun is off the top of my head, but let's see how he approaches this matchup. So he's using his dive kick at a spacing where he knows that Chun-Li is going to be able to punish it with Stand Fierce, but that's the only button that he can really use to punish it. So he opts for the high parry on landing instead of rejumping, since if he rejumped, he would have got smacked by the Fierce, and gets a dash punch and corners the Chun-Li. Now he has a mix-up opportunity. So he goes for a whiff dive kick into stand, medium punch, shoulder, which is not a combo, and he's going to activate. Now, Chun-Li is probably going to block low here, so let's see how he deals with it. Immediate command grab, basic combo, up misses his ender. Basic set play, off of the up kicks. Nice jump in medium kick, dash punch to pull the screen forward, and then immediate activation. And also to get closer to Chun. Very good play. So now he's just building some meter. He manages to go under the standing fierce with shoulder, and punishes with a dash punch. Jumps the throw, and he's probably going to dash. Yep, dive kick, immediate option parry, activation. Instead of doing a Zempo, which he was going to jump, he does close standing medium kick and gets a full combo. And now, because the Chun-Li quick rise, he can neutral jump, and then the Chun-Li has to guess between dive kick, empty jump, throw, um, delayed dive kick, jump target combo, jump medium kick, and jump fierce kick. Also, jump fierce punch if he wants to whiff and then command grab on the way down. So that down parry there is to show that he's looking for the Chun-Li to try to use his crouching medium kick to punish his spacing, because he's just in range for the dive kick, or the crouching medium kick. And if the Chun-Li were to Hyokusen off of it, even if he hits him with it, it's not going to do much since he still has green bar. Free. That wasn't a combo though. There's Jonas supporting the Yun 5. So I think I can basically figure out they're talking about how there aren't very many Yuns in Kyushu slash Okinawa, and that they're basically just Derun and Ushi and L. Now they're just spacing and neutral. The jump forward fierce I don't really understand. Dash punch to close space, thinking that he's going to try and back fierce or something for his meter building. Nice activation. Nice overhead setup, but he doesn't convert. Walks back so that he doesn't get back thrown. Whiffs twice with close standing medium punch for meter and for Okizeme for set play. Nice connection with the crouching medium kick and a crouching medium kick. Daikai Zeisho. Very good, Issei. So before the last round, he moved back and then he jumped, and this time, the Yun tries to pre-punish the dash or the dive kick with a stand fierce, and then he punishes the stand fierce with forward fierce on recovery. He gets a dash punch to push Chun-Li more towards the corner, and then he starts to build meter immediately, filling the space with the forward fierce, just in case Chun-Li tries to use the forward medium kick or the stand fierce, or tries to jump forward. Misses the dive kick, jumps out of the corner, immediately lands and does a max range crouching medium punch into a dash punch. He's going to activate here. He should have activated. Activates now. Ender. Fake on his jump in. Early jump medium kick stays out for a long time. So if she's not expecting it, then she can get hit by it. And it's like 8% meter, I believe, for a medium button in the air that connects. Yeah, that looked pretty free. Cross up. So Chun-Li number 3, he starts off with a new way, which is jumping forward, and hits him, gets the shoulder and a standing roundhouse, and immediately goes for a command grab. And now he's going to get a simple combo, Ender, and then goes for a set play. Chun-Li guesses wrong twice, and then just walks into a crouching medium kick. He stays grounded at the beginning of this round, completely mixing things up. Nice. So that ender there is to give him a little bit of space at the end. If he were to do the palm dash punch ender, which it would have ended with him closer, and he would have had to back up as opposed to just whipping for button or for meter. Nice punish on the back fierce. Nice punish on the crouching medium kick. That's an important thing is on crouching medium kick, you actually have to wait slightly on the recovery for the crouching medium kick in order to get the dash punch at max range. Shirokuro. You can see RKF in the background on the left there, feeling all anxious. Alright, so Shirokuro. He tries to whiff punish the standing fierce with crouching medium kick. Nice activation. Very nice overhead setup. Issei is one of the only Yuns that does that well. Nice activation off the walk forward fierce or medium punch shoulder. Nice sweep. He gets hit with back fierce into super. Set play. Nice set play by Shirokuro. Jumps away, gets his meter. Whiff punishes the crouching medium punch with fierce, which is another point of contention that's very important in this matchup. Misses the meaty Zempo tension. Nice punish on the shoulder off the parry. Set play. He opts to just run away since he still has Ganejin. Walk forward carrot throw. And very nice hit confirm. So now we have Hyacinth playing second. Nice counter poke. That was activate. That's okay. Missed the activation a second time. Very nice round by Hyacinth. We did a bit of a breakdown of him yesterday. Very nice carrot throw. Does the forward fierce, or the forward roundhouse to stop the jump. Very nice light kick, dive kick. Activate. Connects with the conversion. Basic combo. Very nice set play. And Shirokuro barely blocked that. Ooh, he jumps the carrot throw and hits him with a dive kick as a punish. Hyacinth is very underrated Yunli. Yun. Very nice spacing. Set play. Activate. Connects. Nice under. He's very offensive, as opposed to giving her too much space. He'll whiff once and he'll walk up. It'll make them guess high-low throw. He Kara threw the whiff dive kick, which is very impressive. Nice dive kick spacing. Nice throws. Kara throw. Backs up into Kara throw range and back fierces him. Misses his command throw. Gets standing fierced or roundhouse on his way up. Very nice dive kicks. Tick into a command throw. 1, 2, 3. Messes up Daipon loop. Gets Kara thrown into the corner. So, now that that is over, we are going to jump right into the game. And I'm going to showcase a bunch of different things. So before we jump into the game, actually, I'm going to show you some videos that I took earlier in order to showcase very specific situations. So we'll watch them together and then I will explain them. So first, we're going to have Yun cornered, and the Chun-Li is going to be using crouching light kick, crouching medium kick. Now, what this is to show you, is that let's make this smaller. Okay, smaller. Okay, okie dokie. So when Chun-Li does her crouching light kick, it's +3. So this is Yun trying to jump out of the situation after the crouching light kick, and the crouching medium kick grabs his jump because his jump has a 3-frame startup, and crouching medium kick has, let me check. Chun's crouching medium kick is a 7-frame startup. So the +3 that she has means that it's only going to take a couple frames for her to get the move out there, and it's fast enough for it to stop the jump from Yun. So after that, we have crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, standing heavy punch. And as you can see here, the standing heavy punch, it has a 9-frame startup. So because of that, Yun has plenty of time to jump. So after a crouching medium kick in the corner, you can jump like freely. There's nothing that Chun-Li can do about it, other than if she is close enough space to you where a standing light punch will connect. So now we have crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, standing heavy kick. Obviously, the standing heavy kick's too far away, so you're going to be able to jump out. Now we have crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, walk 1 step, stand light punch. As you can see here, the stand light punch actually stops the jump. So one of the things that Chun-Li's stand light punch in the corner is very strong for stopping Yun from getting out, because it's very, very fast. It's a 3-frame startup, so it has the same startup as jump. So as long as and it's like active on the first frame, pretty much. So as soon as Yun tries to leave the ground, he gets smacked out of the air. Now we have crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, standing medium punch. And as you can see, if you try to jump after the crouching medium kick, which is what most of these setups are trying to do, you can jump it. Now, the interesting thing about this is the first jump is a neutral jump. The second jump is a forward jump. So the second jump actually, because you're trying to jump forward, gets hit. Now we have crouching light punch, crouching medium kick, back heavy punch. So if you try to jump forward, the heavy punch will hit you. If you neutral jump, then it won't. I'm sorry, that was just me mistiming it before. I have another video that I forgot that I took, where if you forward jump, then you can still get out of it, because back fierce is too far away. My bad, sorry about that. Now we have crouching light kick, crouching light punch, close heavy kick. So because you have to walk in order to get close heavy kick to come out, you can jump it. Unless you try to jump forward. So let's look at it again. So basically, if you don't try to jump out on the exact frame when crouching medium kick or crouching the second crouch move happens, like the recovery starts, that's when you get hit by this close standing roundhouse. If you delay it at all, you'll get hit, which is why it's not a bad string to do as a Chun-Li player. Because you can also SGGK into it by hitting forward or down and then carrying close stand roundhouse with throw. Now we have crouching light kick, crouching light punch, or crouching light punch, crouching light kick, back heavy. So at the end there, I delayed the jump by a frame, and I got tagged. So basically, as long as you can react to the second hit, then you can jump out of most situations unless they do crouching medium kick. Crouching medium kick will hit you. So you have crouching light kick, crouching light punch, stand medium punch, which stops jumps. So this is one of her better options. But you can also punish it because you're crouching. Just like that. So you can punish it with crouching light punch or light kick. As you can see, I had the computer set to always block, which means that the first frame that they're capable of blocking, they will block. And other buttons get hit. Standing light kick does not get hit, though. Standing light kick, you can get the dash punch. Crouching medium punch as well. And crouching medium kick. But I believe standing medium punch and standing medium kick, standing fierce all get hit. So this will work the same way with all other characters, as long as your frames are equal to what Yun's are for those moves. So Yun's crouching strong is 5 frames, and his crouching forward is 7 frames. So between those gaps, um, as long as you see them whiff it, you basically have 7 frames to punish it, because the recovery on stand strong is 9 frames. So you have 2 frames of leeway to punish it with crouching medium kick. You have 4 frames to punish it with crouching medium punch. So now we have, if you do this and you try to jump forward, crouch light kick, whatever, you'll get tagged. But you can crouch it. You can't punish it because jab recovers too fast. But they can immediately whiff their jab and go right for Kara throw because of the spacing. Hey Vince. Hey Fighter's Destiny. So now we have crouching medium kick back fierce. It gets stuffed. But it gets stuffed if you try to jump forward. If you neutral jump, it doesn't. Or I just mistimed it. I should probably watch the whole thing before I talk. But that's okay. And the reason that is because for Chun's frame data, her back fierce is a 8-frame move, and your jump is 3 frames, and crouching medium kick from her on block is -2. So unless it's a 5-frame move or something, I'm sorry, like a 3-frame move, it's not going to hit you in most cases. But there are some exceptions to that, like the next one, which is close standing heavy kick. Crouching medium kick, close stand heavy kick, hits you, but you're already off the ground. So this applies to all characters. If you try to jump out after crouching medium kick and they standing heavy kick, you're just going to get smacked. But that's only if she's right on top of you. If she's further away, like at max range of crouching medium kick, you can jump with impunity. There's nothing that can hit you, really. As long as you're reacting at the first possible frame. So now I have crouching medium kick, forward heavy kick. As you can see, you can get out relatively easy. Crouching medium kick, stand light punch. Immediately checks the jump. Even though they're off the ground, it does check any jump. We have crouching medium kick, stand heavy punch. And again, stand heavy punch is 9 frames, so you have plenty of time to jump out if they try to use that button. So now we have crouching light punch, Kara throw. So if they go for Kara throw after crouch light kick, light punch, or light punch light kick, or any combination of the two, because they have the exact same frame data, and they're plus on block. Now we have crouching light punch, forward heavy kick, which tags. Both jump forward and neutral jump. We have crouch light punch, back fierce, which also tags. So if you can't see the trend, crouching light punch and crouching light kick are only are +3, sorry. They're +3. So that means that there's pretty much literally nothing you can do. No, I just recorded some stuff earlier to make it easier. So this is crouch light kick, close heavy kick. Again, it it's pretty easy to understand that you're just going to get tagged, because again, it's +3. So nothing happens after crouch buttons, right? So after crouching light punch or crouching light kick, you're forced to block, um, unless they go for carrot throw. Now I have back, heavy punch, crouching medium kick, heavy punch. Now this is something that a lot of Chun-Li's like to do, is they like to do back heavy punch at max range, or they like to do it as a meaty, and then most Chun-Li's like to go for crouching medium kick afterward, but they have to walk forward in order to make it connect. So you haven't more than enough time after the back fierce to jump out. And as you see, if you super jump out there, you can parry the standing fierce on the way down, or yeah, on the way down from your super jump. So back fierce is only -1, but the startup of and pushback allow you to freely get out of the corner unless they neutral jump roundhouse. So we have back heavy punch, fierce. So if you stay grounded and the second back heavy punch whiffs, the standing fierce will tag you on your way up. So now we have back fierce punch, forward medium kick to cover distance, but you can jump that pretty easily. Now we have back fierce into medium punch. As you can see, the spacing isn't correct. So if Chun wants to connect with medium punch there, you have to jump forward. If you neutral jump, it whiffs. If you jump forward, because of the way that the hitboxes and hurtboxes connect, you get smacked. So if you expect if good Chun-Li's are going to be using medium punch, light punch a lot more than bad Chun-Li's will. So if it's something that they like to do, then you should be neutral jumping instead of trying to jump out of the corner. So you have far back medium punch into medium punch. As you can see, you can forward jump it as well. So it's a very distance specific thing. You only have to worry about your forward jump if and only if they meaty you with back fierce. Otherwise, you can get out. You end up landing right next to Chun-Li, but you can get out. Now we're going to have close heavy kick, close heavy kick. So in order for close heavy kick to work, the Chun-Li needs to walk forward. So that's why this doesn't work. But they can read your neutral jump, delay their second heavy kick, and heavy kick you on the way down. But if they go for two in a rhythm like that, you can punish just like shown. Now we get hard kick, light punch, and that keeps you in check. Also, stand light punch I don't believe is down parryable against Chun, because it literally whiffs against you if you're crouching. But this is important because her close standing heavy kick is -3. So even if she tries to do a 3-frame move, you can tag her with standing light kick as a twin. So it's okay to contest here, is the point. Um, and then you get out of the corner for free after the dive kick, obvious, or after the dash punch, obviously. But that's to show that you can't whiff punish the standing jab, because standing jab's recovery is only like 6 frames, and she's too far away. So now this is close stand H kick, hard kick into crouching light punch. Now it doesn't stop your jump unless she walks forward a step. But that also eats frames, so that's not going to stop your jump no matter what. But the way this is inputted is depending on when you try your timing, your standing light kick will get parried. And if you're too late on your standing light kick, it loses to the crouching light punch. But you can also hit her with a far medium punch as well, and crouching medium kick. So now it has close standing hard kick into back fierce. You can neutral jump it. You can forward jump it. And you can also contest it. We have close heavy kick into crouch light kick. The crouch light kick whiffs if you try to jump. And you can also punish it because of the frames. So a majority of the moves that you have that punish these are low, right? But far stand medium punch is also something that can be used as a get off me tool against Chun, because she can't option parry both forward and down. She has to choose one or the other. And it's mostly going to be down because the input for her crouching moves are down. So it's easier to buffer a parry in there. So now you have close hard kick Kara throw. Obviously, because she's far enough away, the Kara throw works. So this is a guessing game. So in this particular situation, after a close standing roundhouse, her best options are either to wait and back off, or stand light punch, or go for Kara throw. Because if you delay, block Kara throw, just like that setup was set to do. So now we have close standing heavy kick into heavy punch, also jumpable, and also contestable. So next we have forward medium kick, medium punch. Forward medium kick is actually like 0 on block. So other than standing light punch, I don't think anything in the game will stop you because she's too far away for her crouching light punch to connect. And her crouching move beats everything and it trades with your light kick. So that means that the frame date is probably wrong on this site, and that it's probably -1. I don't think it's 0, because the standing light kick for twins is four frames. So that it would have to be like exactsies. So as you can see here, forward medium kick and a light punch. Standing light punch is down parryable apparently, and that's a punish because she's close enough that you can do whatever you want pretty much. Now this is another one. Crouch light kick, crouch medium punch. I'm sorry, crouch light kick, crouch light punch into overhead. Yes, you can jump up and the overhead's not going to hit you. You can jump forward, overhead's not going to hit you. Close standing medium punch stops her overhead. You can also double light punch shoulder into Ganajin. It does no damage, but you can do it. The crouching medium punch doesn't get hit by overhead. It trades and then you're allowed to block. And then you can stand fiercer out of it. So now I have crouching light punch, crouching light kick, overhead number 2. And this is to show that if you try to punish it with crouching medium kick, with Ken, Chun, pretty much anyone, you end up getting overhead. Same thing with crouch light kick. So if you go for a crouch tech and you miss it, which is what she's hoping for in this particular situation, yeah. And now this is back heavy punch, and then she does heavy punch, and you jump. So it's delayed heavy punch, right? It beats all of your dive kicks. Obviously, it doesn't beat you jumping forward. Crouching medium kick whiffs. But you can jump fierce into dash punch. And I think that that is the last of it. Okay, so now we can go into the game. Let me bring up my notes on what I want to showcase. Turn VLC off. Turn YouTube off. Display capture. Alright, so let's minimize this stuff. Okay, so Yun against Chun in the corner. Now, when Yun is when Chun-Li is again in the corner, you want to either be outside of Kara throw range, or have the ability to walk forward right into it. Because if you are able to walk right into it, you're at the same range for close standing medium kick, right? That also means that you're at the same range for close standing medium punch. So you have a lot of highs and a lot of lows that are good at this particular situation. You have crouching medium kick, which you can go into dash punch. At this range, you have crouching medium punch, dash punch. You also have target combo against stand, but target combo against Chun-Li is kind of mediocre at best. And then you have walk forward, crouch, light kick, dash punch. You have so off of a light punch dive kick, one step back puts you at like max Kara throw range, right? So if you take 2 steps back, you can get universal overhead. Oops. Anyway, yeah, 2 steps back and then you get universal overhead. You also have delayed shoulder, which is okay. You have light punch shoulder activate. I don't really like 30th anniversary for showing things off, but it is what it is. You have jump fierce, hit confirm. And you can also whiff it into command grab. Oops. You also have setups in the corner like standing medium punch into universal overhead. And close stand fierce is okay. And yeah. And Anson, for your message in chat, I've already done boss versus Mester. And that's on my YouTube. So you might want to go look at that. Anyway, so you can walk forward close fierce. You can sweep. You can far stand roundhouse, far stand fierce. So you have a lot of different options. You also have super jump as a neutral jump from this range into light kick, dive kick, which doesn't connect. You have super jump into medium kick, dive kick, which does connect. I don't think you can get 1, 2, 3 off of it if I'm correct. Nope, I'm wrong. No, I'm right. Well, you have to wait until the very end of your super jump in order to make it connect. So super jump, otherwise it doesn't work. So most of the time, if you want to do this, you want to end up with crouching medium punch into dash punch for a 3-hit combo. So like, depending on the knockdown, also gives you different options against Chun. So like for that, you get 5 crouching medium punches before she gets up. For a dash punch, you only get 3. Now that's with no quick rise. So you have about 50% more time with her grounded off of up kicks, which is important off of like Zempo Tenshin and all that stuff. It means that you have better set play off of up kicks than you do off of dash punch. But just like anything else, she has to guess sooner off of a dash punch setup. But off of up kicks, you can whiff 3 times or whiff twice against a quick rise. So as you can see here, if you whiff at all, it doesn't cross up the hard kick dive kick. If you just jump, it does. So, off of up kicks, now that's tricky, because you hit in the front, but you land in the back. Oops. So yeah, so off of up kicks, you get more time to deal with your opponent's wake up, regardless of if they quick rise or not. So like when you're spacing in the corner, like this move is pretty bad because Chun-Li can jab you out of it. Universal overhead's important in the matchup, inside of Ganejin, but outside of Ganejin, it's pretty risky. Because if she forward parries it, you just get back thrown. Ideally, when you're in the corner against, or when Chun-Li's in the corner, you almost never want to do dive kicks that don't hit her in the shin. Because if you hit her in the shin with your dive kicks, the only thing she can do as a punish is throw. She can't do anything else. She can stop your jumps with light punch or fierce kick, but as long as you either connect and hit confirm off of them, or you throw, you'll be fine. Because throws set you back into neutral, which is important. So when Chun-Li is cornered also, you have close in a medium kick into forward fierce dash punch, which is something that doesn't work on 90% of the cast. You also have close medium kick into shoulder, which works on pretty much everyone. And then that's just bad. But I think, oops, there is a way to get double up kick hits. There we go. So if you can do that, you get better set play off of it. So ideally, you want to keep her mixed up, but you also don't want to give her free chances to deal with your mix-ups. You don't want to give her too many lows, too many highs, etc. Because a majority of Yun's moves that are up close can be low parried and high parried, with the exception of crouching medium kick, crouching light kick. Those are low parryable only. Standing light punch, standing light kick are high and low parryable. Shoulder is high and low parryable. Dash punch is high parry only. Standing medium punch is high parry only. Standing fierce is high parry only. Standing roundhouse also high parry only. And then obviously sweep is a low parry. So, 1, 2, 3 is one of your big things. But close standing medium kick and close standing medium punch are where you get a lot of your damage from. But if we... Let's turn the super gauge to normal for me, and I'll activate. Whee! So, against your opponent, right? If you hit them with a fierce, it gives you a shitload of meter. And it also pushes you far away. So, doing fierces at ranges like this is not a bad idea. You just have to do it at timings that are slightly different than you would be, like, shouldering. Ideally, like, you want to goaltend as well to keep her in the corner while being safe. So at this particular range, all right. The idea is that at all of the ranges that you want to play at, you want to be just outside of Fierce's range. But as you can see, Yun's animation, Based on where his shoulder drops up and down, like his muscles twitch, depends on if Chun can hit you at certain ranges. Now, if you're at max range like this, and you want to be throwing lows, you need to option parry forward. So it's like forward down, right? If you screw up though, you can not get dash punch and get activate like that. So it's better outside of you having full meter. So like off of a dash punch, if you neutral jump, delay, fierce dive kick, it crosses up. If you neutral jump, delay, medium kick, dive kick, it doesn't allow for combo. If you super jump, medium kick, dive kick, it should allow you to combo. Should being the key word. There we go. So that's only off of light punch dive kick. If you use medium punch dive kick, you don't get a combo. And also off of medium punch dive kick, that's where your meaty cross up connects with. If you do light punch dive kick, you have to time it earlier. Or I'm sorry, light punch dash punch. You basically have to like wait until you see that she's quick risen and then hit the button. So yeah, ideally you just want to be constantly mixing it up between standing medium kick, close standing medium punch, close standing fierce, crouching light kick dash punch, crouching medium kick dash punch, crouching medium kick just as a poke, far stand roundhouse. So at the ranges where only your fierces will hit, right? Let's say that your head is right under the second position for the win for your opponent, and they're cornered, your crouching medium kick isn't going to hit, but if you take one step forward, it will. So you have to be wary of your spacing, because at max distance while they're cornered, dive kick does, or dash punch does hit, but mid-screen, like, it's difficult. At least off of a parry. Anyway, so now when you're cornered, let's go over spacing mid-screen first. So ideally, Chun's gonna want to be at a range where she can hit your dive kicks with stand fierce, right? So your goal is to dive kick at timings where you can see her fierce, and then basically use it like it's a Goomba in Mario. And don't light kick dive kick at ranges where you know that she can react to it, because if she can walk forward and fierce you, then it's not going to be a fun time for you. See? So if Chun-Li is under her portrait and you are mid-screen, if you dive kick and you are under the clock or any closer than that, you can be hit by the stand fierce. So if you get hit with stand fierce, you have to parry on the way down. But Oops. If she hits you and you're not like right in her face, she's now too far away to hit you with anything. So she has to move forward. So if she hits you with a far stand fierce punch, just jump away and build meter. And force her hand to come towards you. Because otherwise she's just gonna poop all over your face. And that's not what you're into, I hope. But she also has other ways. Yeah, you can abuse dive kicks when as if you're going in, as long as you're properly um, spacing them. Because like these dive kicks right here, right? These can't be punished. But if you're too linear with them, and you're not empty jumping, you're not neutral empty jumping, etc., you're not going to be able to really abuse anything because she can just parry and throw. Because the only thing at that particular moment that you can do Okay. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, so let's put her on parry and let's record her literally mashing throw. Now, if she were okay, okay. If she doesn't wait for you to fall for a second, she gets thrown. Right? So in this particular situation, let me do it slower. Record. So if you were to dive kick and hit her like right in the shin like that, right? Like as close to the ground as possible, you're still plus, which is really weird. So her only option is to delay a throw after the parry. Because if she immediately throws right after the parry, then, and you don't throw in time, you get thrown, obviously. So, when you throw, sorry, um, she can't stand fierce you, right? So if you take one step back, that's sort of the range that you are at when you're beginning the round, and that's the optimal spacing for Yun, because he can screw with her jump-wise. He can jump in target combo. He can jump in roundhouse, jump in medium kick. He can jump in whiff, dive kick. He can jump in whiff, dive kick right in front of her. So it all depends on the Chun's reactions, and it's something that you have to gauge on your own when you're playing them. Some Chuns can Kara throw your whiff dive kicks, like Rikimaru and MOV, or Nuki, or any of the Ghidorah. So it's something you have to be wary of as well. So like when you're dive kicking in on her, like these aren't punishable. But that's punishable. So anything above her knee is punishable. So she can wait here and crouching medium kick super me. Right? So you don't want to be doing that. You can, off of throw as an example, wait, see the quick rise? and then you'll hit her right in the shin. There we go. It's regular jump. And that's like the best dive kick that you can do as far as spacing wise goes, to not get punished. So like another important thing is when you're playing footsies with Chun-Li, right? And let's say that let's turn parry off. Let's say that she's doing a back heavy punch, right? If she does back heavy punch, oops, look how far away she is. Your crouching medium kick doesn't even hit her, right? So you have to super jump over her. That's the ideal situation, is where you can super jump over her. But she can neutral jump in that particular situation and stop you, which is why you have to do it sparingly, and you also have other options. So you can just normal jump and punish. You can normal jump with roundhouse. You can normal jump with heavy punch, and obviously you can also normal jump with light kick or medium kick. So, but you're also at perfect distances to force Chun-Li to try to guess parry, and the reason for that is because fierce kick dive kick actually connects and gives you a knockdown. So super jump, fierce kick, dive kick also works. And super jumping gives you a second to realize if they're trying to anti-air you or trying to hit you on your way down, like as if you were just neutral jumping. Because she can fierce you at this distance. So when you block this, depending on how far you jump forward before your medium kick, dive kick, you can get 1, 2, 3. So you can get 1, 2, 3 relatively easily off of her back fiercing. Pretty simple. Oops. 5-hit combo. So off of back fierce, you have a couple different options, like I just showed you. So now let's do it off of fierce punch, because that's a button that Chun-Li's love. So we'll do dash up, fierce punch, fierce punch. Oh no, let's just do dash up, fierce punch, just so that it's easier. Now that's not really the range that she's going to want to use it at the most, so we'll cover that as well. So let's go in and have her replay. Okay, so the range here, your crouching medium kick also doesn't work. Your far stand fierce barely reaches, right? So you have neutral jump, hard kick, dive kick into crouching medium punch, dash punch. You have jump forward, fierce kick, dive kick, which is a weird timing. But it works for 1, 2, 3. You also still have the jump in combos and stuff. And then you have this. You have the same setup. You have jump forward, super late delayed light kick, dive kick into a combo. And then also you can super jump out. You can dive kick if you want, but ideally you want to jump out, because at this particular range, most of the buttons that she can hit are only one timing. So she can only do stand fierce, close stand roundhouse, or far stand roundhouse depending on how close you are when you jump over her, and close standing medium punch. She can try back fierce, but it's probably not going to hit, and you land just outside of crouching medium kick range. I mean, just inside of it. So if you parry on the way down and then either block low or jump away, you're fine. So after she does her any of her heavy moves, you're pretty much fine to jump away, other than close standing roundhouse. So next we'll look at Chun doing 2 crouching medium kicks, because it's another thing that Chuns love to do. They love to crouching medium kick and then like delay crouching medium kick, and sometimes they'll just do it twice because they think that you're gonna try to do something, press a button. So when she does this, you have neutral jump, medium kick, dive kick into 1, 2, 3. You have neutral jump, fierce kick, dive kick, but that doesn't combo. So you have to super jump, and you have to do it late. Otherwise, it's not going to connect. But it gives you plenty of time to see what the Chun-Li wants to do. But she can also give you see exactly when you want to dive kick as well. So it's a risk-reward sort of thing. You can also jump over her. And it's the exact same situation where she can only hit you with Fierce Punch. You have super jump, hard kick, dive kick, 1, 2, 3 at the proper timing. And then you also have super jump, medium kick, dive kick. But you don't have to eat both of these, right? But let's just say that you do block both of them. It's just perfect to give you the spacing that you need for dive kicks, which is when, this sort of thing works well. It doesn't matter that there's no Chuns at random select. I got bodied by, what was it, like 5 different Chuns in Japan. I lose to Gavin. I even lose to Kang's Chun. So it's something that I need to work on. And it's a matchup that most Yuns have the most difficulty with. So it's a good place to start. So, she also has the ability here to, I'm sorry, you can also jump in at her, but you'll jump over her. So your only options here are to either dive kick mix up or to neutral jump mix up. But even if you neutral jump, fierce doesn't hit, medium kick doesn't hit. I'm sorry, roundhouse doesn't hit. But you can hit confirm off of a jump fierce punch into a dash punch. So those are like your best options. And then she can add in like fierces and stuff. So, oops. If she fierces, you jump over her, right? And now she can delay the fierce as well. If you delay it long enough, then it'll correct to the other side, and Yun will have to parry it. I don't think you've watched any of my Yun versus Ken stuff, Anson, because I answer a lot of those questions for Shotos in those videos. But yeah, so ideally you want to be looking out for their pokes and then reacting with your jumps accordingly. Yeah. Back throw, fireball, dungeon win. Just do the Vanau. So now we're going to cover how to build meter against Chun-Li. Now, no, Ryu doesn't, but regular back throw. So against Chun-Li, right? You always want to be forcing her hand to move forward, and you're going to get a majority of your meter off of either whiffing crouching medium kick, whiffing late jump fierce, because as you can see here, the animation barely happens, but you still get meter. So the same thing for fierce punch. As long as the hand comes out, you get the meter. So whiffing dive kicks also gives you, I believe, 2% meter. So 20 dive kicks gives you 55% meter. So it's just over like 2.2% meter per dive kick. But if you hit with it, let's wait for the Ganesian to end. It only takes 4 to get 50% meter. So if you get like 4 head stomps, a crouching medium punch, a crouching any medium punch into an activate, then you get a lot of meter, obviously. Stand fierce, you only need like 2 of them to get 50% meter. So building space with stand fierce is also a good thing because it puts you further away from Chun and it gives you the ability to continue to run away. But it's not something that you want to like do too often. So like if you're doing, let's say, crouching light kick, fierce, you can also do crouching light kick, walk forward, crouching medium punch, or medium kick, into dash punch, or shoulder, or whatever you want to do. You can also just neutral jump, and like go for the parry, or jump back, etc. So like when you're spacing against Chun, like I was saying, you want to be out of her standing fierce range, which is like right about this distance. I wish I could just like reset. Let's do that. So this is your ideal positioning, where Chun-Li is still over her meter, anywhere over her meter, and your feet are over yours. Because it forces her to take at least 2 steps before she can hit you with a stand fierce. And she has to react to jumps with either jump forward herself or to walk forward. And it's harder to get parries off of walk forwards. So ideally you want to be, dive kick, walk back. You can whiff crouching light punch sometimes to make her think that you're doing crouching medium punch, because she'll do stand fierce. So now if we record. Okay. So now replay. So at this range, right? She's gonna hit you, right? But you can trade with shoulder, or you can beat it clean. And even if you beat it clean, you can like even if you trade with medium punch shoulder, you actually get a dash punch afterward, no matter what. So if you see her whiff the crouching medium kick, it's pretty much you have to immediately do your shoulder. Otherwise, it's not going to do much. But trading's okay. It's not a big deal. You can go under her as well, like I just showed. Fierce Punch also goes under her. But because of how long these moves take, you can literally see it happen, and halfway through the animation, like as soon as he turns his back, and you can see his back move forward, that's when you can parry. So it's really risky. But it's also why you vary it between light punch, medium punch, and heavy punch, because they do have different timings. So another thing with Chun-Li is that she likes to avoid throws with forward fierce kick. So as you can see here, I'm blocking her, and I'm going for a command throw, and it immediately hits me. And a regular throw as well. But you can punish it. Is she on all block? Nope. Okay. So you can punish it with crouch medium punch up kicks. You can also punish it. Oops. With close standing medium kick into activate. So it's really risky for Chun. Especially because you can crouch it and pretty much do whatever you want. As long as you're timing it correctly. So when she's doing her forward fierce, that's how you can punish it. So now we're going to do regular stand fierce. As you can see, crouching medium punch doesn't hit it. The only way to punish far stand roundhouse is with crouching medium punch. Because if you try for anything else, it's probably not going to work. You can trade with standing fierce. Let's see. Let's try to get her just a little bit closer. There we go. Oops. So as you can see here, crouching medium punch up kicks isn't going to be a punish. No. EX shoulder, medium punch shoulder, fierce punch shoulder, Ganesian shoulder. They're all punishable by Shifu. I mean, that's simple frame data, right? Special moves for Yun. DP motion forward. Block advantage -3 for strong, -5 for fierce. So it's a just frame for the strong punish, and it's it's impossible to do it for jab. You can do it on fierce, and you can do it on EX. So it's a just frame for the medium punch. During Ganejin, block advantage is +5 on shoulder, so I was wrong. You can't punish it with that. So to answer your question, yes. If you don't want just frame punishes, then the only thing that you can do is Shipu on close standing. I'm sorry, off of Fierce Punch shoulder and EX shoulder. So Fierce EX, medium punch is possible, but it's a just frame, and light punch is not possible, and you can't punish shoulder in Ganejin because it's +5. It's +3 for Fierce Punch shoulder, so you'll trade. Yeah, strong shoulder is a just frame, like I said. So when you're building meter against Chun, right, you want to be constantly poking her, but at the same time, you don't want to be at ranges where she can back throw you, or where she can gain momentum. Because as soon as she gains momentum, it's a very uphill battle. You have to constantly be looking out for the right poke strings. And after I'm done with this, we're going to go over some of the 2018 Yun stuff. Yun versus Chun from pre-co-op cup, and there's some interesting choices of button usage from MOV and Nuki. So that's something to look forward to. But anyway, when you're building meter against Chun-Li, you gain a lot of meter off of stray blocks and stray hits. And ideally, you want to like constantly be in a range where you're just out of range for crouching medium kick, so you can walk in and crouching medium kick under their standing fierce, etc. They can also avoid it with down roundhouse, among other things. But Chun-Li doesn't really have to work too hard. She just has to make 1 or 2 correct guesses to get you to the corner. And that's where you have to play the guessing game. And I'm not talking about like guess parry. I'm talking about like, you know, do you guess blocking or jumping? Or throw tech. But if you expect to throw, then you should be jumping anyway. But that's neither here nor there. So like good moves are connecting with like far crouching medium punches, medium kicks, close stand medium punch, you know, far fierce. You want to be jumping on her head as much as you can with dive kicks. Like dive kicks are good. Whiffing your buttons far across the screen is good. Empty jumping and making her come forward and hitting with the dive kick for the pokes gives you like 12% meter. Every time that, that's 13% meter every time that you hit her. So it's a lot. I mean, there's no real secret. It's literally the same as every other matchup. Try to stay away from her furthest poke. And try to get as many hits in as you can and as many blocks in as you can. Because the goal of this matchup is mostly for you to get, in round 1, you need to get meter before she has 75% meter for the first meter. And then you need to get damage off of it and do about 25 to 30% meter off of your ender. And then after that, you need to manage to get a second one. And if you do, you should have the round. And if if Chun gets Hyokusen and she hasn't done a whole lot of damage to you, it's not that big of a deal. It's when she has 2 meters that she's like the most scary. So when you're spacing against Chun-Li, her best pokes are crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, literally all of her pokes. Stand medium punch, back fierce, fierce. This is off the ground. This avoids throws. This is just retarded. Her lights are +3 on block. She just has the entire like toolkit at her advantage. And she has 2 Kara throws. She has a good SGGK, but it's not something that like can be abused really. It's just a single option parry. Like, it is what it is. You know, this is something that Nuki does all, or not Nuki, MOV does all the time. Stam jab, crouch jab, super, like against whiff dive kicks from Yun. But also because you would rather be in neutral against Yun. Anytime that he is dive kicking at you, and you know that it's a whiff, throw. Because although your other buttons are just as fast, crouching light punch and stuff, throw gives you the best risk reward for both players. Because if Chun-Li gets the throw, she gets positional advantage. If Yun gets the throw, he gets a set play. Because, let's be honest, right? If you're back throwing with Chun, it's a very good positional advantage. I mean, even if you're regular throwing with Chun, like, you're already in Kara throw range. So if you throw, right, and as you can see, the shadows are already touching. So you don't have to do anything. And if you're cornered, you have to back up for that. So it's literally 1, 2 steps back. Yeah, it's 2 steps back. Now, this is where Chun-Li is the scariest. So I'm going to switch characters just to make this a little easier. Oops. Doesn't matter. So when Yun is cornered, right? When you are in Kara throw range, he has to guess, right? Because you're still in range for crouching light punch, crouching medium, or crouching light kick, crouching medium kick. You're also in range to check with jab, like check his jumps. You're in range to check jumps with standing medium punch. You can avoid throws with forward roundhouse if you think he's going to throw and wake up. You can also like walk back crouching medium kick. No, and it's only $5. Nico Nico isn't like Japan only anymore. You can go sign up for it with your own credit card if you really want to watch them. So like, this is like her, yes, really. But this is her bread and butter, right? Walk back, crouching light punch into either Kara throw, right? She either has crouching light punch into Kara throw, she has crouching light punch into crouching light kick, or, right? She has crouching light punch, crouching light kick, and then she has walk forward Kara throw. Or she has crouching light punch, crouching light kick, which puts her out of range for whatever, into stand fierce. So she has a lot of options off of her +6. Which old videos are you talking about? Because Deshiken's from Kyushu, dude. Like, there are no videos of Deshiken outside of SBO. They're first to tens, and the couple times that he showed up to game versus for Denison. Deshiken versus Rikimaru. Okay. Well, if it's not on YouTube, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's the sort of thing that someone would go and make a copy of that video and put it on YouTube if it was actually on Nico Nico. But anyway, so Chun-Li has perfect spacing for crouching light punch, back fierce. Crouching light punch, walk forward, carry throw. She has walk back, carry throw at this distance, right? She has crouching light kick into close standing roundhouse. Like, I went over all these situations and like how Yun gets out of them. And it's mostly for waiting for secondary moves that are negative, right? So if you're trying to jump after these moves, you better be damn sure that your opponent is pressing a fierce button. Because if they're not, then you're not getting out of the corner. But that's also because you're forced to freeze after light buttons. If it's only one light button, it's even scarier. Because one light button puts her at carry throw range, right? So one light button, and then she can down parry, she can forward parry. She can do pretty much whatever she wants after one. But this is a way to check you to see if you're trying to guard jump and stuff. Because you'll block the first hit if you're trying to guard jump, and the guard jump will, if you are holding up forward like you're trying to get out of the corner, your guard will work, and then the second part of your guard jump will get hit by the crouching medium kick. Like, that's the whole purpose of this setup. Right? So, ideally, like, you want to be spacing Yun so that he can't really pester you, and you're still in range to walk forward and carry throw. Right? Because if you're at a range where, like, your crouching light kick hits him still, that's like the perfect range. Because it only takes like one or two steps to walk forward, carry throw. And you still have the perfect positioning to contest in the air with jump stomp. You have jump this, you have, jump fierce punch. You have neutral jump fierce kick. Because at this range, Yun is forced to make a guess to get out. Because against Chun-Li in particular, all of her pokes are just so strong that, like, if he tries to empty dive kick, like, she can just crouch fierce it, or she can 1-2, right? Like MOV does, or she can just carry throw it. She can stop it in its tracks with medium punch, back fierce. Like, this doesn't hit at this range, right? It's almost half the screen that this button hits, which is busted. So, like, to give you an idea, like, Chun's back foot is on her 2 of her super, and this is almost hitting. So if you're here, right, with your foot on the 2 from her super, you take 1 step forward, it barely whiffs. You take 2 steps forward, it hits. It's the same thing, like forward medium kick, right? It pushes you away a little bit, but at that range, you can just walk forward, carry throw. Or you can, right? This is going to whiff, but if they try to counter poke you with this, and you delay, the crouching medium kick will hit whatever Yun's trying to do, or will hit the recovery of it. So Yun has to play a lot more patient the further away from him you are, which is really counterintuitive, because you want to be getting as much damage as you can. Especially if he has meter, you want to be mixing him up and making sure that he can't find a way to activate and use it. And that's also where this spacing comes in. Because you can, if he's not like right here, because that barely hit, right? So if Yun is where your feet are over the where 1, 2, you're not gonna connect. Or even if you're over this first silver part of your thing, you're not gonna connect with his super. But you can whiff punish activate. Let's go back to character select to show that. So actually, let's do it this way. So Yun's engagement is ended. So now let's record. Oops. Let's have him whiff crouching medium kick. And then activate. Now at this range, right? We're right at the start of the round's setting. And it's a punish. So if you're further away, let's say you're in the middle of your bar and he's in the middle of his bar. Oops. Very poor timing. You can still whiff punish at this range. The same thing from like here-ish. So in order for Chun-Li not to be able to whiff punish him, she needs to be like here. Because as you can see, that doesn't touch him. So with her feet about here on the cable. Oops. I think this is the max distance that she can punish, but I'm not sure. Oops. Try one more time, and if not, then we'll just move on. Oops. Yep. So that should... Oops. He didn't have meter. I suck at this. I'm not pianoing. That's alright. But just take it for what it is. It connects there. So it's basically you have to be 100% full screen to activate safely against Chun. So now we're going to go over some basic set play against Chun-Li. And then we're going to go over how to manipulate the screen during your set play to get different set play. And also basic Ganajin stuff that's different and special against Chun. Oops. So I'm going to have her not quick rise to better showcase this particular setup, because it's the best way that I can explain how positioning matters. So Have her not block. No quick recovery. Okay. So the stage is put into 3 quadrants, right? Max distance with your opponent on the other side of the screen, and the entirety of this is shown. So as soon as you start to walk forward, you can see the screen shifts slightly and reveals some of the other side of the screen. The same thing can be said if you're standing right next to your opponent and you're under where the winds are, and your opponent is under a special bar, or over a special bar, the screen will shift, right? So based on these positions, you can get different amounts of screen shift. So as an example, a light punch dash punch will position you further away from your opponent based on certain screen shifts. And same thing with medium punch dash punch. So from full screen, like this, if I walk forward and I jump medium kick, it doesn't hit, right? But if I'm here, it does. It will cross up. Oh, I know why. So you have to frame kill with standing medium punch, right? If you do fierce kick from this positioning, it doesn't cross up if you are full screen, unless you super jump, I believe. So as you can see, it's not connecting, right? And the further you are from your opponent, the harder it is to do. So if you're like max range here, you're only going to hit in front. But let's say your opponent is under the timer, and so are you. You can get a cross-up medium kick dive kick. So at this position, it doesn't work. Like with your back cornered, as you can see, it still hits meaty, but it hits in the front meaty at that position. And this is off of medium kick dive kick. But if you do light punch dash punch instead, then you end up crossing up with fierce punch dive kick, or fierce kick dive kick. Oops. Sorry, this is a little hard to explain. Yep, okay. So if you're cornered, in order to get that cross-up setup, you need to do light punch and then fierce kick off of a super jump at a certain timing. I forget what the timing is. That's what it is. Okay. Different whiff move. So you have to frame kill with crouching medium kick here. And then super jump. But it's the same setup, basically. It gives you the same outcome, at least. But you get this same setup mid-screen off of crouching medium punch into dash punch. Whiff with that, and then cross up with that. Medium kick, dive kick. And it still combos in the front as well. But this is also where, like, whiffing for very particular reasons comes in. So, like, if you whiff that, you're at perfect range for crouching medium kick at that juncture, right? And at that range, you can hit with close normals. So if you do the medium kick, dive kick earlier, you land before she gets up if she doesn't quick rise. So you still can do meaties. So that's kind of like why off of up kicks, people do light kick, dive kick, and do medium kick, dive kick. Because up kicks controls the screen position better. So like, up kicks in the corner, you end up mid-screen. Up kicks mid-screen, you end up mid-screen. So you see it keeps the same positioning at the end of the up kicks based on like all situations pretty much. So yeah, up kicks are the man. So as you can see, there's tons of different ways to whiff over your opponent and get different spacings where they can or cannot throw you. So now we're going to make our quick rise. So like the easiest way to showcase this is off of a command throw setup. If she quick rises, then she gets hit in the back. If she doesn't quick rise, then she gets hit in the front. And you have plenty of time to figure out what the timing is. It's forward jump. I'm messing up. Alright, that's it. So, when you do crouching medium kick up kicks, whiff, if they're not cornered and you're mid-screen, you have to jump forward, and if they are cornered, you can neutral jump. So, there are combos in Ganejin that will allow you to end with up kicks as well. So you get different different spacing on your dive on where you land and what different options you have based on if you hit with medium punch dive kick or medium punch dash punch or if you hit with light punch dash punch. Because let's just show from this particular spacing, if you do medium punch dash punch and she quick rises, her back foot is almost on the 2. But if you do light punch dive kick or light punch dash punch, she's over the 2. So you have more space when you only do the light punch version. So it's better for mix-ups doing the medium kick or medium punch because it makes it easier to whiff right in front of her face, and it also makes it easier to cross her up. So like, just like that. If she quick rises and you super jump forward, then you get the cross up dive kick. So there are plenty more of these. I'm going to make a follow-up video with all of these different setups because there's honestly there's like over 100 different setups. So I'd rather make that into a different video instead of clogging this up. So now we'll just showcase some of the differences in Ganesian versus her, and we will call it a day. So against Chun-Li, you can do forward medium kick palm without Kara. Most of the time you have to Kara with light kick against other characters. Against Chun-Li, you do not. You just have to take one step with every forward medium kick. Derp. It's safer to go for the Kara palm version, but it's possible without it. So this is the Hyacinth Ender, and that is up kicks, light punch, shoulder, into palm, into up kicks. You can usually get 2 hits of the up kicks, which gives you a very good mix-up opportunity, because like I showcased earlier, you can get 5 crouching medium punches, which means you can get 3 and then actually get a very nice set play off of it. Otherwise, her enders are pretty bland. She has the normal up kicks, shoulder, forward pierce, dash punch. And then she also has a special ender, which is fierce punch, dash punch, palm, shoulder, dash punch. But you have to do your forward medium kicks at very fast timings. Otherwise, the dash punch doesn't hit. She also has the basic ender with shoulder, shoulder, whatever. And something else inside of Ganesian, you can do jump forward after a palm. You can do jump forward, that, and you can walk under her if you hit the forward. There we go. So you can get mix-ups with that. Otherwise, when you're resetting her, that works. The other thing that works on her is, let's make her, does she quick rise? Okay, yes. Oops. So you can cross her up when she quick rises with universal overhead. So you can do like fancy shit like that. You can also cross up her corpse with a dash. And there's another thing that's important, but that's on my YouTube already. The let's go look at it real quick. So I made a video about a Yun quick rise set play. So there was a post by Matsu Chun talking about Chun-Li corner mix-ups, and I wanted to make a small video to address this. So the basic concept is that you do a forward throw, and then you do immediate dive kick and then a light kick in order to go to like this. So as you see, when she quick rolls, my standing light kick forces me back to the front. So this gives you mix-up opportunities. Now if you do a delayed one like I just did there, you'll stay cornered. So depending on when you do your dive kick is another important thing. Because if you also delay it even further, you get your normal cross-up situation, right? So the Chun-Li has to guess really when you want to dive kick, which dive kick to do, because you still have this option as well, right? So you get a bunch of different options, right? So this is a lot of meter against Chun, right? So you get about 25% meter from that, so you can get that off of this same mix-up. You can also get 1, 2, 3. So um, that's pretty much it. So just like that. Oh, I missed my up kicks. But that's pretty much the best combo you can do. Obviously, she has some other finicky things. Off of Zempo Tension, you have a couple options. You have close standing medium kick, and then you also have Daipon loop as well. So you can but doing too many fierces in your combo actually reduces the amount of meter that you get at the end. So let's compare, right? Almost 50%. Oops, I fucked up. Less than half of a meter. So that's like 20%. And the damage isn't that different either. So when that also brings up another point that needs to be brought up, is that off of Zeppo Tension, you can do this as a mix-up for a left-right, high-low. So that's another thing is like you can universal overhead as your frame kill. I'm trying to see if you can just get it off of that. Nope, that's okay. But you have two options off of this, right? You have regular up kicks, or you have three options. You have up kicks, you have walk forward 1, 2 medium kick up kicks. Sorry, 1, 2 fierce kick up kicks. And then you have walk forward, crouching medium pick, medium punch up kicks. And that gives you the most corner carry because you can dash afterward. And it also gives you the most opportunity for mix-ups and meter. So either 1, 2 fierce kick up kicks, or So, I mean, there's a lot to Chun-Li, but the most important part with dealing with Chun-Li is understanding what buttons of hers are good at different spacings. So, like, we'll just go back to a little bit more on her spacing. Is that, like, in mid-screen, like, her best moves are crouching medium kick, you know, this, but it's seldom used. But her Kara throw is super important because it covers so much ground, and it keeps you right at Kara throw range. Mid-screen, at least. If they don't quick rise. But obviously they're going to be. But it still gives you the opportunity to, like, crouching medium kick, or to walk forward, stand medium punch, back fierce. You have so many options. You have so many options, like, it puts them at perfect range for walk forward, crouching medium kick. Or dash. So it's walk forward, medium kick, walk forward, fierce. If you can take one more step, back fierce connects, but you also have carry universal overhead, which is a silly move. If he was crouching, that would have connected. So, like, let's make him crouch. Sorry, you need to step back as well. So you can do, like, the other thing is, like, off of her set play, this is another important thing. You're basically guessing on these set plays between 3 different options. So if you do a late jump medium punch, you can do universal overhead into super afterward. Same thing off of jump fierce fierce. You can buffer lightning legs. You can do the same thing off of just, like, back fierce. But it's a little bit more difficult. And you have to walk a little bit more forward than that. But the idea is that it's safe and it builds you decent meter, even on block, and they have to parry 3 times in order to get out of it. Oops. I'm forgetting to... just like that. So if they parry both of the first 2 hits, then they have to parry twice more, and their best punish is an up kick. You also have... You're at perfect range for a walk back Kara throw. So if you do this, and you take 1 step back, you're at perfect Kara throw range. There we go. So it's literally a guess still between high-low throw. And he also has the option to just walk up lightning legs as well. There we go. MOV also can do lightning legs, light kick lightning legs into super, which is dumb. But like with her foot on the M for max is where she needs to be for overhead super. So right in the middle of your meter. But she can also, the funny thing is, off of this, she can combo that if it's done properly. Oops. But yeah, so there's a bunch of different options. I'm just going to end this before it gets too long. If anyone has any questions, just post in the comments or give me a message on Twitch. I'll do the pre-coop tomorrow night after work. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.